The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
They had to break the sound barrier to get up to speed to get to the aircraft in question.
Now at 10 on DC News Now, investigating why a small plane flew into restricted airspace around the nation's capital.
The airplane then subsequently crashed. Accident site will take us extensive time to get to, and the wreckage is highly fragmented.
We're live with what may have caused the crash and the sonic boom heard around the DMV.
And good evening, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed the start of your work week here. A good amount of sunshine. Our weather team is tracking a few stray showers for your Tuesday. Hey, let's time things out coming up.
The walkway is not particularly wide, especially with all the water that's standing. People are constantly having to walk around.
And muck, mud, and water flooding the Tidal Basin tonight. The plan to fix the sinking seawall.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 10 on DCW 50. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Tasmeen Mahfouz, and our top story tonight. It's the talk of the DMV. It's a supersonic boom. Take a listen. That video captured by a doorbell camera in Annandale, Virginia, as a military fighter jet sped to intercept a plane getting very close to the District of Columbia. That plane took off from East Tennessee and was headed for Long Island, New York, when it went off course.
That sonic boom was heard in North Springfield, Virginia. 4 people were on board that private aircraft. Now we're learning 2 of the people killed in that crash are luxury real estate agent Adina Azarian and her 2-year-old daughter Aria. Azarian worked for Keller Williams in New York. An email sent out to the company's employees says she was known for her dedication, professionalism, and warm spirit. Now, attempts to communicate to the pilot and 3 passengers were unsuccessful, and the plane ended up crashing in Western Virginia. Our sister station near Roanoke says the location happened about a mile off the Blue Ridge Parkway near Augusta and Nelson counties. This map shows an approximate location, but it's not exact. All right, joining us now in studio is Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Max Marcilla.
Yeah, Max, and lots of questions tonight surrounding why this plane went off course. And of course, the biggest question people are asking tonight is why the pilot was unresponsive.
And we know roughly when the pilot became unresponsive. Investigators say that happened when the plane was on its way to New York. But why he was unresponsive and what caused it? Well, the Washington Post cited experts saying the loss of pressurization might have something to do with it. Tonight, though, everyone is searching for official answers. Tonight, this is where the wreckage of a plane lies, a couple miles north of Montebello, Virginia, in a rural mountainous terrain. It's a little less than 150 miles away from the nation's capital, and still at the center of what was a dramatic and noisy day in the DMV.
We were in contact with our federal partners throughout the event.
Investigators are working in Montebello to piece together what happened and why it happened. It's a challenging investigation.
It's wilderness, it's extremely rough, it's extremely steep, and it took about, like I said, 3.5 hours to get in from the road.
An NTSB investigator says they'll be there for at least the next 3 or 4 days, digging through the fragments of plane.
The airplane, the engines, the weather conditions, pilot qualifications, the maintenance records, all aspects will be, of course, items that we routinely look at.
They'll be looking for a black box, a flight data recorder, which was not required to be on the plane, but might have been. And they'll also be looking for other equipment, which may contain the most definitive answers as to what happened.
We are here not only to figure out what happened, but why this happened, to prevent future accidents from happening.
Now, we mentioned the fragments of the plane are still there. The NTSB's initial report is expected within 10 days, and once that wraps up, the fragments of the plane will be moved to a secure facility in Delaware. So, again, the first report within 10 days. The final report, that's an important one because it'll have probable cause and other fact-based analysis. Well, that'll take 1 to 2 years to finalize. Back to you.
Max, thank you. So just like we mentioned, the flight took off from East Tennessee and was on its way to Long Island, New York, but it veered off course and toward the district where most airspace is restricted. The military scrambled to get an F-16 fighter in the air to the plane's location. To do that, the military authorized supersonic speeds for the jet to reach the private plane ahead of that airspace.
What I saw was just a classic textbook response to, in this case, what was an unresponsive pilot, an aircraft. They had to turn on the speed to get to him. They did exactly what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, so once the jet did catch up, the military pilot attempted to communicate, but the calls by that pilot and other calls from civilian aircraft went unanswered.
99 times out of 100, that's all it takes is a quick call on the radio. Hey, you're getting into some airspace you don't need to be in, and usually that takes care of it.
Yeah, so we're also told that the president was playing golf at Joint Base Andrews when all of this went down. He was briefed on both the crash and the urgent scramble to get the fighter jet that required use of supersonic speeds. All right, hey, let's get a check on the forecast on this Monday evening with our chief meteorologist, Jessa Webb.
And Jeanette's a really nice start to the work week, but it's going to be gusty tomorrow.
Yeah, we have a northwesterly wind that's going to kind of pick up things. I know people are concerned about the haze around the DMV, but mostly cloudy skies definitely making its way around the region at this point, but some partial clearing going to kind of unfold really across northern Virginia. We've been talking about the haze and the wildfire smoke. The reason why I mentioned really the winds tomorrow is because that's not going to be an issue. Instead of stagnant air, things are going to finally be moving across our region. A live look out towards Hagerstown, sitting under partly cloudy conditions. If you're across the district, still a very mild night, 72 degrees. Winds, they're not too bad right now coming out of the north. Dew points looking fairly good, so it's nice, refreshing air that's taking a hold of our region. So you see the clouds right now. They're floating across the Tidal Basin area, really trying to exit the area, making their way towards Richmond, and that's allowing for all this clearing that we are currently seeing. Winds right now, not a super big issue. I mean, ranging from about 5 to 10 miles per hour sustained winds. And tonight it's going to be a very mild evening. Overnight workers, you're going to be sitting under mostly clear skies. Temperatures by 1 a.m. still in the lower 60s. We are tracking on our next backdoor cold front. We're tracking that rain coming up.
And speaking of the Tidal Basin tonight, plans are moving forward to restore one of the nation's most endangered historic places.
Yeah, of course, we're talking about the Tidal Basin, which deals with daily damaging flooding. The National Park Service just approved a multi-million-dollar plan to rehab that space. Our Mara Carbone is talking to locals and tourists at the Tidal Basin all day long. She joined us there now live.
Yeah, and Marielle, they're tackling a project that's more than 100 years old.
Yeah, that's right, Thasmin, and a lot has changed in those 100 years since all of this was created down here. The rising seawater and the sinking land has really led to some flooding out here. You can still see some of the remnants of the flooding today. Now, it's a safety issue and a sanitation issue, and the project aims to fix that.
A lot of standing water on the walkway.
Take a walk around the Tidal Basin and you'll see it. Water, muck, and mud.
People are constantly having to walk around the puddles.
We had to get super close to the edge, like super close, just to like tiptoe around it.
For Chris Malloy, who fishes here several times a week,
it's gotten worse.
It's a safety concern.
As the water recedes, there's often really slick spots with mud or algae or, that kind of thing. So it can be very slippery.
According to the National Park Service, the seawall around the Tidal Basin has settled and sunk over the years. Add in rising sea levels, and the result is daily flooding and erosion, which can affect vegetation like DC's prized cherry blossoms.
I think these kind of spaces are great for people, and they should be maintained.
And it will be. The National Park Service approved a more than $100 million project to rehab nearly 7,000 feet of seawall along the basin in West Potomac Park. Plans include increasing wall height up to 5.5 feet, repairing and widening sidewalks from 8 to 12 feet, and reusing historic stone where possible.
Probably easier to build up the wall than lower the water. So, yeah, I think it would be a great idea. I think for safety reasons and just for the beauty.
Now, a few hundred trees around the Tidal Basin will need to be removed for the project, including those cherry trees, which are most known in the area, of course, for their blossoms. They will be replanted after the project. And Chris and Thesmine, this is all expected to start next summer, 2024. Reporting live from the Tidal Basin tonight, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, thank you. And new details tonight. A 16-year-old girl is recovering after being shot during a block party in Silver Spring, Maryland. It happened on June 2nd, right around 10 o'clock at night at the 11,000 block of Stewart Lane. Now, according to police, a group of people were at the block party when a dark-colored sedan drove up with the gunman inside. So far, no arrests have been made.
Well, happening now in Montgomery County, doctors are asking people to watch out for symptoms related to measles. County Health Department says someone was diagnosed with the virus last month. Maryland Health Department says the person visited the Cabin John ice rink in Bethesda on May 24th. The agency also says the same person may have exposed people to measles at a professional office building in Gaithersburg on May 30th. This is the first confirmed case in Maryland since 2019.